Have you ever wondered why supercars in Monaco feel different, sharper, quieter, more controlled, almost as if the entire city was designed around them? The truth is, Monaco isn't just a place where wealthy people drive expensive cars. It's a place where every street hides a secret, where the sound of a V12 isn't just noise, but a carefully curated performance, and where even the timing of turning on an engine follows an unwritten code. In this video, we're not just watching supercars. We're walking straight into the hidden world behind them, the private rules, the strange habits, the strategic driving patterns, and the insider behaviors that only longtime residents and elite collectors truly understand. These aren't things you find on travel blogs or car channels. These are the things no one tells you, the things that make Monaco the quiet capital of the supercar universe. And as we move deeper into this world, you'll start to realize that the real secrets aren't about speed or horsepower at all. They're about something far more unexpected and far more exclusive. Before we continue, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Inside the Billionaires so you don't miss what comes next, because the first secret is already waiting. Most people think driving a supercar in Monaco is all about being seen, revving the engine, drawing attention, making a statement. But here's the twist. The first rule of Monaco's supercar culture is absolute silence. Not silence as in no sound, but silence as in self-control. The locals call it an unwritten code, and once you notice it, you'll never see Monaco the same way again. When you walk through Casino Square or the narrow lanes along the harbor, you'll see cars worth $3 million, $10 million, even $20 million, yet none of them are being pushed to the limit. The owners glide, not roar. They pass through with a calm elegance that almost contradicts the power hidden under the hood. It's a way of saying, I don't need attention. The car speaks for itself. This culture didn't appear overnight. Monaco is small, tightly packed, and intensely curated. Every sound echoes through the buildings. A single aggressive rev at the wrong moment can break the atmosphere of precision the city maintains. And trust me, locals notice everything. The security teams, boutique owners, hotel staff, even those sipping espresso at Café de Paris. They all know who is driving respectfully and who isn't. Drivers who understand Monaco's code move with a rhythm that blends into the city's luxury ecosystem. They coast down the hill toward the port, they slow near the casino roundabout, and they avoid unnecessary acceleration in the heart of the nightlife zone. The respect creates harmony, and ironically, it's exactly this restraint that makes Monaco feel even more exclusive. But here's what most visitors don't realize. This silent rule doesn't just shape how residents drive. It shapes when they drive, where they drive, and even who is allowed to break the silence without consequences. And the moment you understand how timing plays into this hidden culture, you'll see Monaco's supercar world with completely new eyes, because the next secret changes everything. If there's one thing that separates Monaco from every other supercar destination, it's this. The timing is everything. You might expect the city's most powerful machines to dominate the streets in the middle of the day when tourists crowd Casino Square with phones ready. But the true magic happens during what locals quietly call the golden hours. Two windows of time that reveal Monaco's real supercar culture. The first window opens just after sunrise. At around 6:30 to 7:30 a.m., the streets are nearly empty. The air is cool, the roads are clean, and the entire city still feels like it's waking up. This is when collectors, high net worth residents, and private chauffeurs gently warm up engines. You'll see a Ferrari F8 sliding silently down Avenue d'Ostende or a Bugatti Chiron gliding toward the port. No noise, no chaos, just pure precision. It's the closest thing to watching supercars breathe. The second window is the opposite, late at night after 11 p.m. when Monaco transforms. The crowds disappear, restaurants dim their lights, and the streets open up like a private runway. This is when owners take their prized machines out for a quiet drive, not to show off, but to enjoy the city without interruptions. The sound of a V12 bouncing off the cliffside roads becomes a private symphony for those who know when to listen. And here's the fascinating part. These golden hours aren't random. They evolved naturally, shaped by Monaco's geography, security systems, and the desire for a controlled, elegant driving environment. Locals know that driving outside these windows invites traffic, attention, and disruptions no one actually wants. But the timing is only half the secret. Because once the right moment arrives, the next question becomes, where do these supercar owners actually go? And that answer leads us to one of Monaco's most surprisingly structured and strictly observed driving traditions. At first glance, Casino Square looks like an open playground for supercars, a glamorous circle where anyone can pull up, rev the engine, and take center stage. But the truth is far more intriguing. This iconic spot operates under a surprisingly strict set of unwritten rules, and only those who understand them earn the privilege of truly belonging there. Every day, dozens of hypercars pass through this legendary roundabout. Bugatti Chirons, McLaren Speedtails, Aston Martin Valkyries, Rolls-Royce Black Badges. But pay close attention and you'll notice something unusual. Not everyone stays, not everyone parks, and definitely not everyone gets the perfect spot in front of the casino entrance, the position every supercar owner silently desires. Why? Because Casino Square functions much like a luxury ecosystem. You can show up, but the way you position your car, how long you remain, how you approach the entrance, all of it matters. The valets, who have seen every supercar on Earth, instantly recognize who respects Monaco's driving etiquette and who doesn't. A courteous approach earns you an ideal placement. An impatient or flashy arrival often results in being guided to a less desirable corner far from the iconic shot. And there's an even deeper layer. Residents and long-time collectors have priority. Their cars are recognized, their habits known, their driving style respected. This is why a local's Ferrari might be placed prominently, while a tourist's Lamborghini is asked to move after just a few minutes. You might think this is about status, and in a way it is, but it's also about maintaining the atmosphere Monaco is famous for: elegant, controlled, and meticulously balanced. But here's the twist most visitors never see. While Casino Square is the visible stage, the most serious supercar enthusiasts don't stay there long. They have a different destination in mind, a place far quieter, far more exclusive, and far more meaningful in Monaco's driving culture. And once you learn where that road leads, you'll understand why the city's most powerful machines rarely linger in the spotlight for too long. If Casino Square is the stage, then Route de la Turbie is the rehearsal room, the place where supercars finally get to stretch their muscles away from the crowds. Most visitors never hear about this road, but for Monaco's elite drivers, it's practically sacred. It's where engines are warmed properly, where carbon ceramic brakes are tested, and where the true personality of a hypercar comes alive. The road climbs above Monaco, cutting through the hills with sweeping curves, sudden elevation changes, and panoramic views that look like something pulled from a cinematic chase sequence. But the beauty of Route de la Turbie isn't just in the scenery, it's in the freedom. There are no tourists stepping onto the road for photos, no traffic lights, no congested intersections. Just pure driving. Collectors love this route because it allows them to feel what their machines were designed to do. A Ferrari 812 can finally breathe at higher RPMs, a Porsche GT2 RS can dance through the corners, a Bugatti Chiron can glide with effortless precision, and all of it happens in a controlled environment, far from the polished calm of Monaco's streets. But what makes Route de la Turbie truly fascinating is the unspoken agreement among drivers. This isn't a racing zone. It's a confidence zone, a place to test responsiveness, sound, balance, and feel. You won't hear reckless revving or see dangerous behavior. Even here, Monaco's quiet code of respect remains intact. Local drivers know exactly when the road is at its best. Early morning, when the temperature is perfect and the traffic is minimal. Many owners even have personal routines, checking tire pressure, warming the engine, adjusting driving modes, all before making the climb. And yet, Route de la Turbie is only one of the secret roads favored by Monaco's supercar elite. Because beyond this winding route lies another path, one even more discreet and reserved for those in the circle, a route that most outsiders will never experience. And the moment you discover where that hidden road leads, Monaco's driving world becomes even more extraordinary. If you've ever wondered why some of Monaco's rarest supercars seem to appear out of nowhere, perfectly warmed up, polished, and positioned, The answer often lies in one of the city's most discreet traditions, the shadow drivers. These are not chauffeurs in the traditional sense. They are highly trusted experts who handle the behind-the-scenes preparation of multi-million-dollar machines. Most billionaires in Monaco love their cars, but they don't always have time to manage them. That's where these specialists step in. Their job begins long before a Bugatti Chiron rolls into Casino Square or before a Ferrari Monza SP2 glides along the harbor. A shadow driver knows exactly how long a V12 should idle, how to warm up a hybrid hypercar without stressing the battery, and even how to position a vehicle for maximum elegance upon arrival. They move quietly. No flashy entrances, no attention-seeking. You might see a supercar pull up and assume the owner is behind the wheel, but in reality, the shadow driver may have left just seconds before. Their work ensures that every appearance feels effortless, seamless, and refined. Some billionaires even rely on them to handle the more tedious tasks. Fueling the car with top-grade fuel, monitoring tire wear and brake heat cycles, transporting the car from private garages to display areas, coordinating with valets to secure the best possible placement. This invisible system is one of Monaco's best-kept secrets. It keeps the city's luxury flow moving with precision, allowing owners to arrive only when everything is already perfect. But the most fascinating part? Shadow drivers have access to a network of private routes, restricted garages, and timing patterns that ordinary visitors never see. A hidden map of Monaco known only to insiders. And once you learn how these specialists coordinate with the city's security and infrastructure, you'll understand why Monaco's supercar world runs so flawlessly, leading us straight into the next secret, one that's even more surprising. One of the most surprising truths about Monaco's supercar culture is this. Many of the hypercars you see on the streets barely drive at all. Not because the owners don't enjoy them, but because they follow a quiet philosophy known among collectors as the preservation principle. An approach built on maintaining perfection rather than chasing miles. For most people, driving a $10 million machine means maximizing the experience, but in Monaco, it means optimizing the lifespan. Hypercars like the Bugatti Divo, Koenigsegg Jesko, or Ferrari LaFerrari Aperta are treated almost like investment-grade art. Owners want the engines warm, the fluids circulating, the brakes exercised, but they also want every component preserved at a near-new condition. That's why you'll often see a hypercar complete a very specific ritual. Engine warming for several minutes, a short downhill roll to the harbor or casino, a gentle loop through a curated route, a return to a temperature-controlled private garage. The entire drive may last no more than 10 to 15 minutes, just enough to maintain the mechanical health without adding unnecessary wear. This practice isn't about fear or fragility, it's about precision. Carbon ceramic brakes last longer when heated correctly. High-performance engines stay healthier when run periodically. Tires maintain integrity when rotated lightly. Even the transmission benefits from occasional low-stress movement. And with Monaco's compact layout, these short drives are often more than enough. A single refined loop can hit Casino Square, the harbor, and a scenic coastal road, all within minutes, with zero strain. But perhaps the most intriguing part of this principle is how it affects the flow of supercars in the city. It creates a constant rotation of fresh machines, each one looking flawless, sounding flawless, and appearing at precisely the right moment. Yet, beneath this polished choreography lies another truth. Monaco's advanced surveillance systems play a huge role in shaping how these cars move, dictating what drivers can do, when they can do it, and how the entire luxury ecosystem stays in harmony. And that secret opens the door to an entirely different layer of Monaco's driving world. If there is one element of Monaco that outsiders consistently underestimate, it's the surveillance network. Most people notice the glamorous hotels, the luxury boutiques, or the line of supercars gliding past Casino Square. But what they don't see are the more than 1,000 intelligent cameras quietly shaping how every driver moves, especially those behind the wheel of multi-million-dollar machines. Monaco's security system isn't designed to intimidate. It's designed to create the city's signature calm. The cameras track speed, direction, engine noise levels, and unusual patterns. They can identify a vehicle instantly and flag anything that disrupts the flow of the principality. The result? A driving environment where elegance is encouraged and chaos simply doesn't happen. This is why you rarely see reckless revving, unnecessary acceleration, or aggressive lane changes. Drivers, even tourists, quickly sense the invisible structure. Everything feels organized, smooth, almost choreographed. Hypercar owners appreciate this more than anyone because it protects both their cars and the city's atmosphere. Residents who have lived in Monaco for years know exactly how the system operates, where the cameras are placed, which streets are most monitored, and how sound reflects off the old stone buildings. They adapt instinctively, adopting softer throttle inputs, controlled downshifts, and graceful turns. Even the sound of a V12 is guided by this subtle awareness. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Locals have a unique confidence within this system. They know the rhythms, the patterns, the safe zones, and the timing of the evening security sweeps. They navigate Monaco not just with skill, but with familiarity, a level of understanding visitors simply don't have. This quiet interplay between surveillance and driving behavior is exactly what keeps Monaco looking polished 24/7. Yet the most surprising rule influenced by this system isn't about speed or sound at all. It's about where drivers choose to show their cars. Because in Monaco, there is one place where even the wealthiest drivers refuse to flex, and the reason why reveals a completely different side of supercar etiquette. For many visitors, driving a supercar along Monaco's famous waterfront seems like the perfect cinematic moment. Turquoise waters on one side, luxury yachts on the other, and the roar of powerful engines echoing across the marina. But here's the funny thing. Locals hardly ever show off in this area. In fact, among Monaco's elite supercar community, showing off on the waterfront is considered the #1 mistake a driver can make. Why? Because the waterfront is not a stage, it's a sanctuary. It's where families stroll, where residents relax, where the city breathes. Loud revving or aggressive acceleration here disrupts the tranquility that Monaco strives to maintain. And in a place where elegance is paramount, disrupting the tranquility is seen as antithetical to class. Longtime car owners know that the true prestige of a supercar in Monaco isn't measured by noise or attention, it's measured by restraint. Our Bugatti, cruising gracefully at low speeds, says more than a Lamborghini revving its engine for the cameras. A Ferrari gliding effortlessly past yachts exudes more sophistication than any loud acceleration. This is the essence of Monaco's driving culture: sophistication. The most respected drivers are those who keep their cool. They know that anyone can step on the gas, but not everyone can do it with elegance. And here's a deeper, unspoken truth. The waterfront is also one of the most heavily monitored areas in the entire principality. Between the cameras, the security detail, and the natural sound of the harbor, every sound is amplified. Just a loud engine noise can make a whole dining table turn toward you, not in admiration, but in annoyance. So insiders actually follow a simple philosophy: let the car shine, not the ego. This last rule ties together everything that makes the Monaco supercar world unique: respect, precision, time, and elegance. Walking through Monaco's supercar world is like watching a perfectly synchronized performance. Every sound, every movement, every appearance timed with extraordinary precision. What most people see as simple luxury is actually a culture built on respect, discipline, and an understanding that true elegance never needs to shout. From the silent rules of Casino Square to the hidden roots of La Turbie, from the discreet work of shadow drivers to the unwritten code along the waterfront, Monaco transforms driving into an art form that only a few truly master. And now that you've uncovered these secrets, you can finally see Monaco the way insiders do. Not as a place where supercars show off, but as a city where refinement shapes every moment on the road. This is why Monaco's supercar culture remains unmatched. It's not just about the cars, but the philosophy behind them. If you enjoyed stepping into this world and want to explore even deeper into the luxury, the mysteries, and the billionaire lifestyle of Monaco, make sure to like this video, comment your favorite part, and subscribe to Inside the Billionaires. The next journey is already waiting, and trust me, it's even more extraordinary.